Hello there, my friends, and welcome to my channel. I'm Katie in the Nest. It's Friday afternoon, and straight up, I want to say I hope you are well. I hope you are in the mood to stitch along because I am really ready. I just need to sew. It's actually dinner time, and I have been working for 2 days straight. I have been away overnight, and I just literally said to my husband, I um, I just need to go and do some stitching. And in fact, I feel quite overwhelmed with joy. Um, so what am I going to do? I have to say I haven't had any plans, but I just feel that I would like, um, let's pause for a minute. Um, in all of this, you know how much I adore the way that our stitching and crocheting and knitting and everything just lets us not only unwind but to feel more well. So this is a prime example of me thinking I've been so busy, but it's busy joy, and I have my time in Perth coming up, and I've barely unpacked um, from my last trip away. And in all of that is the joy of doing something that I love. So my idea was literally, I have had someone unable to join my 3-day collage in Perth. So that means I have a kit and I have some wool, and I thought I'm going to take this big bit of blanket, which has a story in itself, in that it came home from Wellington with me to here I am in New South Wales, and was intended to go to Perth, Western Australia, and still will. But it's going to be my collage that I start ahead of the time so that I can use both as an example, but something just to play with myself, because I really need it now. So I always use blanket. I say that often, that for me it's comfort. So just by feeling this tonight, this afternoon, I feel so much better. And while it's a blank canvas, I know that every stitch I put into it is going to um, just, go easily. I won't have to fight it. And before I know it, I will be breathing easier. The other thing I have here is the page that I started when I was inspired by Fleur. So this has got Fleur and other people's bits on it. And I was learning with Fleur how to, what's that word? Couch, and also to use ribbon for the first time. And I said I wanted to, I've used ribbon in there, I hope you can see. I also said that I wanted to use ribbon more, and also to work on pansies. So that's my background with this one. I'm thinking I'm going to put this already, and really it's like a mini make, isn't it? Where should we do it, this way or this way? I pulled it apart from the book that I didn't do the cover on, so I've still got some of this Fleur fabric and some of my napkin. What have I got here? Oh, this is that's funny, isn't it? Maybe that's meant to be. It's just plopped on. This is a little, oh, look at that parrot. A little bit of my Indian silks. So we'll just start with harvesting a flower. And another flower. Maybe we'll use this whole, I'm not going to use the parrot. What's up under here? Yeah, I don't think so. So how has your week been? How's the weather? How are your friends and family? And how does the end of the season feel? So I was reminded that not only are we at the end of February, that is both the change of summer into autumn for us and winter into spring for the Northern Hemisphere. So exciting times in that nature is going to help us move on. So this is bark cloth. It's like a garden, isn't it? I have to just get some flowers under my hands. So do you do this? If you're a collager or an appliquer? This is a leftover embroidery. You're probably saying, good, she stopped talking. In the happy place. All right. I want to slow stitch a flower this afternoon. This is another little mini make that I had on the back of a pouch. Beautiful linen with roses and florals. Let's just stand up and get our perspective. I've got a ribbon flower there. Let's turn that flower to join that flower. I don't think I've even stuck this down yet. So we're completely putting aside purpose for this finished piece to be lost in the joy of making a new garden. This is another page from the Fleur book. I do like that stripe. See, I've got all that bare space, so let's... Is it too bright? Probably. Don't know whether I need that stripe all the way, so just so I keep thinking, maybe it's the stripe. So Fleur has sent me some lovely messages. She's about to fly to France on the 3rd of March, and she wants me to say hello to all the lovely stitchers of Perth, because she was there last year in October and loved it. I feel that's a happy place, because we've got a Fleur flower beside the couching that Fleur taught me how to do. Let's just put that there. I want to just do some stitching. Can't help myself though, can I? So looking at that up there, it's going to be a bright garden if I use that. All right. Let me find a needle, which might be something that it's not as easy as it should be. Oh, that's right, I've got that one. Look everyone, even the back of that is beautiful. might do it that way. I mean, right way up. Where are all my pins? Because I took everything away. Oh, look at that. That's a bit of a bright shot. I was winding wool in my hotel room last night, ready to pack. Did I show you why I bought that sari silk? Recycled silk sari ribbon. Here's the other bit. I'm doing all of this because hope is a thing. I'm trying to find a pin cushion buried. Got a bowerbird nest. I've got everything else. So, but I need to buy some pins because I've told you that story before. So let's just keep that one there. Spread this one to there. And let's thread up and do some stitching on this flower so I can feel that happy flow. I feel like, I mean, I'm using I a lot because I do need this. Okay, I've got a long length of variegated pink pretty wool here. A knot in the bottom. There's another needle if I need that. I've got sort of a flower shape here, sort of a flower up here. So I've actually completely changed my mind and I'm going to start up here and use this stitching to actually get this piece onto the blanket below. I'm using stem stitch. And I'm going to try and make a little petal shape here. There is a little bit of marking underneath, but I can't really see it. So I'm thinking this flower is turning into a friend of this one's. So let's go there. She's starting to change colour. Now, where am I going to go? Like that. Now I'm going to zip to the outer part. So I'm just sort of basically putting some lines down to delineate down. And come up again. was just saying to my husband that I've learned something from this busy time that I truly love. I truly love my stitching, and I need it so much as a supplement, and I do need to stitch every day. And I'm so thankful that after this, I have to travel again straight after Perth. Literally, I get off the plane and have to change suitcases, but then I'm done until next year, basically. So when you get an accidental job, and it's as lovely as this one has been, I'm very, very thankful, but I'm also have used it as a learning experience for my soul, in a way. And I have seen a lot of women, because I've been working around with different teams and groups, who look frazzled and burnt out, and I just want to say, have you got some time for you? Do you stitch? Do you paint? Because in a way I wish maybe more had said that to me. My mum said it to me when I was working, but now that I have this luxury, I think that's important to encourage all of us. Okay, look what I'm doing now. Now I'm very happy. I'm in amongst the ribbon with a different colour. It's like a blush pink. And it's going to go hot pink. So I've sort of done that lower petal. What's the back looking like? Hardly any stitches showing through. Just doing that there. My husband has just come along and realised I've been making a video. Have I got rid of one pin? Who knows? Oh, I've got some ribbon here. Where can I use this lovely ribbon? I need the thicker needle. Oh, look at that. Kiki called me last night, had a lovely chat, and she's somewhere exotic. And then she sent me a video, I think it's on Instagram at the moment, about where are all this, like, why are we seeing swans everywhere? Which I haven't had time to look at yet. There we are. I'll put that one there. This one's thicker. Let's put some ribbon through. So thank you for keeping me company, in other words. All right, let's put a knot in our ribbon. Here's some flowers that I started. I mean, they're not all that distinct, but I have drawn around them a little bit. So let's see if I come up here. Do you use ribbon? As I said last time when I first used this, I think I had never considered it. was a poor choice of mine because it just is a beautiful, thick way of telling a floral story. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's go to a different sort of petal. I don't know whether you can see that, but it's always abstract with me. Okay, so we can get a, can you actually see what I've been doing? I'm just working around here. So there's like a petal there and a petal there. I feel like I might stop. Oh, it's probably too long. Let's go in it. Standing up stitching now. And then I want to go back up here. So I'm going to put my camera in when I fly to Perth. Not sure if I'll get videos done, but it's the worst thing, you know, not my camera because that's on my phone, but my little tripoddy. It's not even a tripod, you know what I mean, because I'd hate to get over there and find that I'd love to share something with you and I didn't have my equipment. Like the infamous orange trip last year where I made you also do. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, so those are part of this flower, and then I'm going to go to the pointy end of this one here, turn it round, and I'm going to make this join onto this flower. It's pretty pink. One more. Like that. We'll come up here. bit of gardening going on there, a little bit here. And what else can we do? Where are those loose flowers? Is that too much light? Oh, am I going to colour that in? Maybe. So my question is, have I got too much lightness happening there? I've even got a palm tree. Oh, I've got, actually that's what I feel like. Before looks a bit like a starfish, doesn't it, at the moment? I adore these tablecloths with the cross stitch on them. I just think, and this one's a particularly colourful one. I admire the work of the fingers, that this was designed to put for people to put their plates and their food on. Makes it such a functional piece. So she's going to go there. Why? Because there's pink in here, and here's a little tiny bit of pink, and up to there, and that's going to lead to that flower. And this is the one that you can hardly see, but I will really make stand out. Isn't that funny? I keep telling you I'm doing something down here, but it's evolving in a different way. Just keeping her here because it reminds me of Fleur. So let's get these two on, or as far as the fabric will take us. Let's put this fluoro pink on. There we go. So to join this little cross stitch one on, I'm just going to do a spokey flower over the top of her. So she becomes the center. That. I need to get these two connecting a bit more, so I'm going to go up here. I love that fringy bit, but I'm going to go underneath. just overstitch for a little bit. Maybe one more underneath. Let's go small. Actually, yeah. Totally changed my mind, everyone. I said I was going to go around there, but this is just what's happening. I'm going to leave a little bit to tuck things under there, and then going to do a little bit of obvious. I told my friend that I call this postage stamp. It's just going around the edge. I'm meaning to be sticking it in every now and then. And here I'm at this shape that should be like a flower, and it isn't. I've got this beautiful pink. So can we do something? To even make a petal go this way in hot pink. So far so good. Let's do the other side a bit. See, this is why I never get bored with my stitching. Okay, so that is down, but it's not completely down, so things can go underneath there. And because we've got this idea of the little marks there, something that I haven't done for a while, but I really feel like doing. Actually, put one up there. This is the softest blanket. So if you're at my 3-day in Perth, get excited because, well, I can't tell you to get excited, but I hope you share my joy in being able to create on this beautiful, nothing like New Zealand wool. And And as I said, I actually have a space. So just on the spur of the moment. Okay, there we go. We have the beginnings of a garden. Kate is feeling so much happier. I feel like putting my swan there, but I won't. Thank you so much for keeping me company. I really needed to do that. And I suppose my encouragement is, if you feel overwhelmed or you just say to yourself, I just really, really need to do some stitching or some making or creating, just do it. It'll be worth it. So until next time, which will be another one over this weekend before I fly, please take care. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. Bye.